home. It's your boy DJ Hot Quan. Today we have on a hot seat no other than Buddha Rat, man.
Yeah, what's
Uncle
happening?
Buddha Rat, man.
What up, Quan?
I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling, man. I'm working. You know what I mean? Glad to have you here, man.
Yeah, I'm in the hot seat, baby. It ain't like I ain't been in the hot seat before somewhere, so it's all good.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you coming through, man. Cause a cat that's at your status, man. You know, they get the big head, man. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? They be like, man, I ain't pulling up no way, man. I got stripes. My resume too big for me to be pulling up at a podcast, and you know what I'm saying. So I appreciate you, man.
Man, that's number love, but yeah, I like to be in the mix from the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
Most definitely.
You know where it gets started at. It all got to start somewhere. I think that's why I like dealing with a lot of independent artists and things like that in the area. But you know, we'll get into that.
Most definitely, man. So we got Uncle Buddha Rat in the hot seat today, man. What's good? Let's get into something, man. I mean, I know you're working. I see you. You got the live joint going on, man. You back in the studios. Let's tell the folks about that, man.
Well, what I'm doing, man. Of course, y'all know Uncle Buddha, your mama's brother. Been on the radio 20 years. Just recently. Been released from iHeartRadio. Me, my whole staff, back in January, beginning of the year. So that was my last day on radio. I'll be back on radio soon, of course. But that was my last day, January the 14th, I think it was. My whole staff got let go. So I've been kind of like just doing my own thing. Been helping independent artists, you know, Facebook Friday Night Live listening party. Been doing that. That's where we get a lot of get artists a lot of views and a lot of shine on my social media sites. You know, especially Facebook. Been doing the Stop the Violence Hip Hop Rally still. Been doing Flow Time at the Apollo. I got the Juneteenth Festival, again, that I've been doing every year for the last 15 years. That's coming back around. Hosting all the shows, most of the shows that come to the Florence Center and things like that. So, my brother's still busy, man. Still working, still dealing with independent artists and networking and traveling and all that kind of stuff too, man. So it's all good.
Yeah, I see that, man. I say, man, this guy's still working, man. Years and years, man. Blood, sweat, and tears. Man.
Actually, working harder now that I don't work for the radio station.
Right,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, and I think that's a lesson that everybody should learn, man. You need to work harder for yourself than you're working for someone else.
Most definitely.
Because any day they can come in and say, hey, man, we don't need you anymore. You fired or whatever. But, you know, you always got to work harder for yourself. So that's what I'm trying to do now.
Any day, branding, man, branding your own brand, man, because like you say, you know, any day you can get fired. And for the listeners out there, man, you know what I'm saying? We in a generation right now, we in a time right now where you gotta know how to get your own business and find something that you're good at. You know what I'm saying? Whatever your gift, whatever your talent, because I'm pretty sure everybody have a gift, right, Buddha?
Right, yeah, everybody have a gift. You just have to find it, you know, and that's why I got kids, so I let my kids, you know, dibble and dabble in different things. 1 minute they might want to do cheerleading, 1 minute they might want to play basketball, and then they might not want to do it. But you got to let people do a lot of different things, let your kids try things, because everybody got a talent. You just got to find a joint, man. You got to find your talent.
Most definitely, Buddha, man. So the Showtime at Apollo, man, that's real big, man.
Yeah.
I hear a lot of folks talking about that, man. Well, I never got a chance to come around to it. I've been working out of town lately, man, but I'm back home now, so hopefully I can get to it, man.
Yeah, Flow Time at the Apollo.
Flow Time at the Apollo. I'm sorry.
I didn't want to take the whole name, you know what I mean?
Flow Time.
Yeah, that's beef with Steve, you know what I mean?
It's a different, big difference.
Yeah, but Flow Time at the Apollo, I was doing it right here in Flowtown. I was working on the Flow 1029, the radio station. And I just decided to do a talent contest, man. You know, I've been doing it for a minute now. Actually, the first one I actually did in Sumter at the Patriot Hall. But it just continued from there, man. Every year we do 2 and 3 of them. And it's growing. We give away $500 to the best talent in the PD area. So a lot of different artists show up, sign up. We have it's not even about rapping or singing. It's about whatever your talent is.
Right.
You know, if you're a comedian, a magician, whatever it is. You know, if you play an instrument, just showcase your talent. We actually had a guy win. He played a violin one year and won $500. So Flow Time at the Apollo, something big, and it's coming back around real soon. I'm actually working on that now, trying to find a venue for it. So that's coming up.
Most definitely, Buddha, man. You always been the type, man, to have all type of ideals. And you know, being a young cat like myself, man, I really appreciate it. And you inspire me a lot, man. You know what I'm saying? Far as your whole resume, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I mean? I love it. You know what I'm saying? And always being the type myself, man, I always wanted to, work for myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I say, yeah, I'll work for somebody else until I can get what I can get. And once I get it, you know what I mean? I transition. I room with it. Uncle Buddah Rat on the hot seat, man. We here, man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. It's been a long time coming, man. And keep pushing though, Buddah, man, because I'm loving what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Even though you ain't on the radio no more, I know that's about to come back.
Oh yeah, I'll be back. I can't really talk about it because brother, under what you call it, a non-compete contract. So after that contract wear out, you'll see the flyers, the posts, and I'll be promoting what station I'll be on. That's coming soon.
Most definitely, man. So any artists that you're working with right now, Buddah, man?
I've been working with a couple of different artists, a lot of artists, to be honest with you, because one thing about doing corporate radio is you can work with artists, but you can't really work with artists. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because they don't want you. They think about payola and different things like that. So I haven't been working with artists like I should. But now that I'm out of the corporate radio, area, I'm working with a lot of different artists. We just did a show with Sus, a group called Sus, SU5 out of Fayetteville. They real hot. Check them out. My boy Sleepy Matumbo, working with him. Monty, this dude is real crazy. Been working with my man Monty.
I heard of Monty, man. I was catching some of his videos, man. This guy got some great music, man.
Monty. He's been working with us, man. And on our Stop the Violence Hip Hop rally, we have a lot of artists that come through, like Soup. He's one of the artists that performs Jerusalem. Him, and so just the list goes on. There's a lot of talent in the Carolinas. You know what I mean? There's a whole lot of artists I didn't name, but there's a lot of talent in the Carolinas. So
yes, sir.
I'm definitely excited about being able to work with them now.
Yes,
you know
sir.
what I mean? As opposed to when I was with iHeart.
Yes, sir. So one thing about these artists though, man, they I mean, can you make it in South Carolina? Do you have to travel?
Yeah. Well, yeah, of course. Now, if you're gonna make it in the music biz, you have to travel. And one thing I always tell people is network, man. Like when you were saying earlier about what I've been doing and the name I got and all that, it didn't come overnight. It took a long time to get that name. So 20 years to be exact. So you have to network with people. You have to build relationships with people. You have to go out of town and share your stuff. And now it's better because when I first got in the game, it wasn't the internet.
Right.
It wasn't social media. It was just you had to make flyers and posters and put your stuff on the CD and go to the club and pass it out. And
a lot of footwork.
Right. Hard copies and things like that. But now you can go on the internet and send your stuff anywhere in the world.
Right.
So it's a better game for artists now. They just have to be able to use the tools that that they have right now, as far as social media and everything else.
Right. Because as far as the PD, man, I mean, we got guys. We got some fire cats, right?
I know what the problem with the PD and the Carolinas around this area is that they might just be starting to get. It's not so much the music; it's the business.
Right.
See, artists don't understand it's a music business, and the business is bigger than the music. So you can make a dope song all day, but if you don't have the codes, you don't have the copyrights, you don't have the paperwork, then that song doesn't mean nothing when I'm playing it on the radio. You're not getting any credit for it. You might get people recognizing that's you in your hood, in your neighborhood, but you're not getting any credit. You're not registered with BMI, ASCAP, or anything.
Right.
You don't have it copywritten, so therefore that record means nothing.
Right.
And that's what happens. A lot of people get hood rich around here.
Hood rich, man.
That's it.
So for my listeners out there, man, y'all heard it from Uncle Buddah Rat himself, man. Make sure you get your copyrights and make sure you do your information, man.
Business.
You know what I'm saying?
Handle all your business first.
Business first, man.
Then put your record out.
Yeah, man. Because I see a lot of, it's going on right now, man. Even with people that sign to these major labels, man, they sign these bad contracts. And, for example, Megan Thee Stallion.
I just read about that, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I saw that they was even getting like 60% of her shows that she did on the road, shows, and 60% of, whatever other business that they got on, which is crazy because that's how artists nowadays make money.
Right.
They're not really making any money off selling records out of store anymore.
Right.
So most of the time they make their money on the road. And if your record label's taking that money too, then I really don't see how she was.
Right.
You know?
So I was thinking myself, like, she didn't sit down and get a lawyer. I'm pretty sure she did, but I mean.
Well, a lot of artists are just so eager to get record deals and sign a big contract and be doing the videos and live up to the hype. They don't think about that until
the long term,
right, until it hits them. You know what I'm saying? But you got to really think about stuff, and certain contracts you might even have to turn down. You know what I mean?
Right.
You might have to turn down money, and you might be dirt broke that day. And the contract might sound good, but in the back of your mind, you might know something's wrong. Then that's when you have to investigate, maybe get a lawyer and things like that to check it out. But yeah, man.
Right, because it happens all the time, though,
right.
man.
Artists get robbed all the time.
Get robbed, man, and they put their blood, sweat, and tears in this music, man. You know what I'm saying? And you know, at the end of the day, you know, they take the bad end of the stick, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, once again, my listeners, to all the artists out there, whoever's watching this video, you know, make sure you do your business.
Handle your business.
You know what I'm saying? Because you know it's all about your royalties at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? When you're old and you got kids, you got grandkids. You know what I'm saying? That's when your royalties kicking, right?
You gotta protect yourself. Right?
Yeah, man.
That's what it is, man. A lot of artists in the game, especially in the rap game, they get robbed, but you learn from it and just move on. And that's why you see a lot of artists doing it independent. And right now, that's one thing I do suggest. You know, especially if it's working and you get a lot of attention by doing your thing independent. You know, get your own team, put it together. You know, you're gonna need people to help you. Don't get me wrong. You're gonna need people to help you, but you don't have to sign anything as far as a major record deal. If anything, you might want to sign a distribution deal.
Right.
You know, but other than that, man, just have lawyers and have people check out your contracts if you have to, because it is a business. You know, and a lot of artists, what they do is they come straight out of the studio. As soon as they come out of the studio, they bring me their music and go, hey, man, this is the hit. This is the new South Carolina anthem. I need you to put me on the radio, blah, 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 blah. And really, the radio is the last place y'all artists should be looking to get your record played at. The radio is the last place. The radio should actually come looking for you.
Right.
Your record should be so hot in the hood and so hot in the street that I'm looking for you. Like, yo, I need that.
Yeah, we need that.
Where's that? You know what I'm saying? And another thing is, how many people actually listen to the radio nowadays?
Right.
If you know, I did a music conference the other day where they had me on the panel and I was speaking, and a guy made a good point. It was maybe 150, 200 people in the room. He said, how many people in the audience right now listen to the radio? Raise your hand. And maybe out of those 200 people, 25, 30 people raised their hand. So that let me know the radio is not really that important like we think it is.
Most definitely. Not like it was back in 10, 15, 20 years ago.
I bet you everybody got one of these though.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Everybody got a cell phone. Everybody's on social media. That's where you need to get if you're an artist and you're listening right now. Try to get in that cell phone. Everybody got a smartphone. Everybody's looking in it constantly all day, every day. Try to get on those social media sites like TikTok and all that kind of stuff, you know?
Yeah.
And promote your music.
Promote your music.
Right. Promote your music. And once you start promoting music and just music, that's what people will know you for, and they'll follow you for that.
Because it's a whole lot of competition out here for these artists, man.
Yeah.
You know?
And I don't want to follow an artist. 1 minute he promoting his song, then the next minute he talking about 2K or the PlayStation, or he out at the zoo with his daughter. You got to get a music page, and it got to stay music. It's business.
Right.
You know. But yeah.
That is what it is, man. Like, you know, that's real talk for the listeners out there, man. You know what I'm saying? Get on these platforms, man. You know what I'm saying? And you got to invest. You know what I'm saying? You got to have money to invest. You know what I'm saying? If you're going to be independent, you know, get your money up so you won't have to depend on a record label or anybody else. So, you know what I'm saying? Make sure your chips right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's
going to take money.
You got to have some kind of budget. You got to have some kind of budget, no matter if it's big or small. You know your budget.
Right.
You know, and if you're going to go in the club and spend $300, think about that before you do it, because that $300 could get you some T-shirts.
Right.
Or some, you know, some promotional stuff for you. So,
there you go.
You know, think about all that before you start spending money if you're an artist.
Most definitely, Buddah. So I see you with the box, and I see we got that going back.
Oh that's another part of my Stop the Violence movement. We trying to start the gloves up, guns down movement, where we train kids to protect themselves. We train in the box basically. In the boxing, that teaches discipline. We get a lot of boys that come in from single parent families, single parent homes. Some of them foster kids. We get a lot of them with anger problems and things like that, so they get a chance to come and punch the bag, and they get a chance to let out some of that stress and some of that anger.
Most
and
definitely.
it teaches them discipline, and it teaches them you don't have to go running home and pick up a gun because you got in a little fist fight. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Right. Man, I love it, man, because there's a lot of folks, man. I done had a lot of buddies, man, die over gun violence, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, big ups to you, man.
Yeah,
you know
man.
what I'm saying?
It's I think everybody have to do their part. My part is just a little piece in the puzzle, but once everybody starts coming together,
Right.
we can see a little bit of a difference,
Right,
see a
right,
little bit
right.
of a change. So that's all it is, connecting all those dots, bro.
Connecting the dots,
Yes,
man.
sir.
Connecting the dots and staying focused on what you want. And it's good for the community, man.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I'll actually be in Hartsville this Sunday, March the 15th at 5. They're at a town hall meeting speaking about stopping the violence. They got a lot of violent things going on over there. So they're having a town hall meeting, and they invited me to come and share some of my ideas, some of the things that I do.
Okay.
So I'll be over there Sunday, March 15th.
Okay. Any big any big movements coming up for the summer, man?
Well, summertime, I'm gonna be. Man, sometimes it's gonna be kind of crazy. I'm looking forward to it. I'm trying to, I do the Juneteenth thing every year. That's gonna be pretty big this year because I'm with the Flowtown Heavy Hitters. That's a band out of Florence, man. And I've been working with them, and they're gonna be there at the Juneteenth festival. It's gonna be a big day, big stage, bands all day.
Where they taking place at, Buddah?
Gotta be at Levi Park right here in Florence, South Carolina. Levi Park in Florence.
Levi Park. I think that's the one you do about every year, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm gonna be on that a little bit harder this year. Of course, Flow Time at the Apollo is coming around. Thinking about doing that in May. So, got a few things I'm working on. And I'll be hosting the Southern Soul Music Festival. That's coming up Mother's Day weekend. Check that out. And each and every Saturday night, I'm in Florence at Culture VS. We do Southern Soul Saturdays, partying with the grown folk, live band, DJ, it's off the chain. So
okay, where is that located at?
Culture VS is 3027 East Palmetto Street. That's right across from the highway department. So
okay, I think I passed by.
Yeah. You probably passed by it a million times.
Yeah. So it's a nice spot.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
real nice.
Grown and sexy.
Grown and sexy. That's what I'm doing now, man. Yeah, I had to get out of there.
Most definitely, Buddah, man.
Yeah, and then Bike Week coming up. I'll be working with them down there this year. I haven't been in a few years, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna go this year. They got the big stage going again, and the artists will be performing down there on Atlantic Beach. So we'll be down there this year. Yep, Atlantic Beach.
Okay. Yeah, man, I haven't been to Bike Week in a minute either, Buddah.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna try to get around this year. You know what I'm saying? I'm single. You know what I mean? I ain't got nobody calling my phone, bro.
Hey, that's the best way to be.
Yeah, I can kind of mingle. You know what I mean, Buddah? You know what I'm saying? And I'll be 25 this month, man, so I gotta enjoy myself.
Oh, you live